Kirsten Lew. I'm a Milepost 5 artist, and I've been here for about 2 months now, and I do metal work with jewelry, so sterling silver, semi-precious gemstones, copper, brass, whatever else I can find to put with it.
How long have you been doing that?
About 2 years. Mostly self-taught, taking a few classes here and there. You know, I got my bachelor's degree in humanities, and I've always loved art and been an artist since I was, 2. But once I graduated high school, I kind of just, went on to make a living. And but then, you turn 40 and you start reevaluating your life, and got laid off from my job, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So I thought, well, maybe I'll try this, and I started looking around for places that were kind of like a community of artists that would help promote each other and all that stuff. So I was doing Google searches, and of course found a bunch in Seattle, and found some in Canada where I'm from. Then I found Metalsmith 5, and I was like, this is interesting. And I was looking through it all, and of course the rent's really reasonable. I'm like, maybe I could do this. And I came down here, and I just loved it. I mean, it was just really cool, and I haven't gotten too much into everything in Metalsmith 5 yet, but now that I'm kind of finally getting settled, I'm hoping to, be more part of all the stuff that's going on and everything. So right now I'm kind of just kind of building up my stock. The last Christmas show kind of depleted my stock, and the last year's been kind of tumultuous as far as losing the job and moving and all that stuff. So I haven't had time to get too much going for this year. So I've been making earrings and rings and pendants, and right now I'm kind of working on this pendant here that has a black druzy in it, but still needs to be finished. And then this is an experiment kind of gone awry a little bit, because I use different sized wire. I should have probably used the same size wire all the way around. So I've been trying to sell this stuff on my website, and I also have a blog called The Daily Jewel that I just which isn't daily yet, but I'm just going to kind of write about art and the world of handmade, not specifically only jewelry, but then also put little maybe videos of myself making stuff, and maybe even tutorials at some point, but I like to make this my life, instead of having a 9-to-5 job and working for somebody else. And this has kind of been a neat experience so far. I'm just kind of doing my own thing.
Well, your studio is incredibly cool.
Thank you.
You've got a great setup here.
Yeah, I really like it. It's just the perfect size.
Lots of tools and things, and a great little workspace over here. So you do other crafts and fun things?
Yep, I do paper crafts also, where I make cards, using stamps and punches, and just every kind of different paper and stuff like that. I was making just single cards, but I've kind of decided that I'm going to start making sets of cards, because I realize no one goes online to buy one card. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So I thought, well, if I make sets and then make them, to nice little packages, so the whole thing can be a gift, with like maybe a cool pen or something like that. So that's one of my ideas, is floating around in my head, and just too many ideas floating around in my head.
Do you do any of will you be trying to do some of the local artist shows at conventions and expos and stuff? Oh, definitely.
One that I really want to try to get into is Art in the Pearl next year. So I have until February to get all the pieces that I want to include in my jury process, which is a little bit daunting, because I've never been part of this kind of. I've been part of local shows before, but never one that's national, actually international. I mean, people come to show this thing from all over the world, and so who knows if I'll even get in, but it's worth a try. And so I need to have some pieces that are really artistic, really are me, not just stuff to sell, And so there's that one, and there's a few just kind of around little art festivals that I would like to do, like in the summertime. And then of course other Christmas shows. This year I was too late for Christmas shows because by the time I decided to move down here, all the deadlines to enter were long gone. So
it's all a process.
Yeah, so I missed this year's, but that's okay because I didn't have enough stuff anyway. So
you'll get in your groove here real soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at you doing a little bit of jewelry making.
Okay. Am I standing in the way of it?
No, you're perfect.
So one of the things that's kind of hard to do is because little pieces of solder move around because the flame is so strong. And so there's like this little dance of keeping the piece evenly heated because solder will flow to the hottest spot. So if it's hotter than where the seam is, it won't flow where the seam is, it'll just flow to wherever the hot spot is. And so basically what I'm doing now is it's actually called brazing, which is not quite the same as soldering, but like most people when they hear soldering, they think of this worked. They think of like the big welders. Alright, let's see if I did this. I didn't move too much. Oh, yay. This is what it looks like when it's all yucky. And the fire scale is from, because it's sterling silver, so it oxidizes when it hits the fire and all that. And so now what I do, I just realized I forgot to plug in my pickle pot. But this will be the big test to see if it all stays together. Voila.
Voila.
Okay, let's stick this in here for a bit. This is basically acid solution that kind of eats away all the other stuff. Oops. So this is the ring shank that piece, once I've rounded it and well, I haven't decided totally if I'm going to round it. I might actually keep it square, make it different. But so this will be the shank that's going to go on, and then this is the stone that'll go inside. It's a black onyx stone. So one of the other things I'm working on, which is the pendant, yesterday I finished kind of finishing off the bail that kind of holds the stone in there. But in doing so, of course, it kind of marks up the back, so now I have to refinish the back a little bit. And to do that, I used my baby, my flex shaft, and just kind of use different tools. Some of them I have no idea what to do with. I wish I'd have a class on flex shaft tools, because the little instructions that come with it don't really tell you what the heck you're supposed to do with some of them. I think some of them are actually for stone setting, which I haven't learned how to do yet. I would like to learn, since I have some stones that I would like to be able to set. Let's see. It's hard to tell just how deep some of the stuff is. So I'm not sure how loud this is going to come across on the thing, but so yes, this is some of the stuff that I do. One of the other things I wanted to do too is like do stamping. I'm collecting all these different stamps, like little hearts and flowers and love and birds. Same with guitar, I think, for the musical people. So that'll be fun, but I gotta do some practicing with it because you have to hit it just so it all comes up evenly. And so far I keep getting them kind of candywampus, so they don't really come out too well. But
again, all in the process.
yep, that's right. That's right.